So I had a thought earlier this week. I mean, I've thought about it before, but not beyond, I guess, the premise. Saying that you can't expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself. I always thought that was fucking stupid because we have literal, anecdotal, maybe empirical evidence that that is untrue. There are plenty of people who don't love themselves and find people who love them dearly, whether it's family, friends, or a partner. So I think, first and foremost, that the statement is untrue. And also, it's ableist as fuck. Like, not to get, super social justice warrior on you, but saying that people that don't love themselves don't deserve love is a little fucking ridiculous. Because those are the people who need it the most. It kind of ignores the very real issue that is mental illness. It blames the sufferer for things that they don't really have much of any control over, which is unfair. I think it is patently untrue and ableist as fuck to say that you can't expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself, because I don't know if I'm capable of loving myself, but I can tell you right now I got plenty of people who fucking love me, and I'm well aware of it. I was trying to think, how could we make that statement true? Because there's some truth in it, and I think in the endeavor to create a message for someone to understand, for the masses to consume, the philosophy, the thought, the sentiment was oversimplified. I think if you're a person who doesn't love yourself, that while you can find love, you'll have a hell of a hard time articulating to your partner, loved one, friends, family, the ways that you need to be loved and supported. Yeah, I think you'll have a very hard time finding the insight to know what you need, to access that knowledge about yourself if you don't love yourself. But I don't think it's impossible. I think it's kind of very similar to how you'll see, like, in the NBA, like, all the coaches are like small white guys. And while they're not necessarily capable of all the athletic feats that the athletes are, they understand how the game works. They understand the fundamentals. They understand the rules. And so it's a thing that you can learn, even if you don't love yourself. You can know from experience what things make you feel good, what things make you feel supported. But if you haven't had those experiences, then it's nearly impossible. And so I think for me, it's a thing that I mean, it's not necessarily a major issue because I don't have a deep need for really much of anything, but there are ways that I could be supported, and I have no idea what they are because I'm not used to emotional intimacy. I'm not used to the people around me being emotionally available or even reassuring. When you're not able to articulate how you need to be treated, you're treated whatever way. And so the cycle continues. Unless you end up with a person or people who understand you, who are very insightful, even more so than you are of yourself. But that doesn't happen. And so, yeah, you end up not knowing how to be supported and not being supported. It seems unpleasant, but that's just life. You can't really miss shit that you've never had. I mean, you could covet it, you could want it. But yeah, I don't think that not loving yourself bars you from being loved. It definitely doesn't. It just makes it a lot more difficult for you to feel it when it does happen, or for you to feel that you deserve it. It kind of just depends on the person. But I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.